there is emerging on the face of the earth a new human, an infinite human. And that human is you. Welcome to the Infinite Human Talk Show with your host, Elizabeth.
Divine infinite human beings, you're all that is, ever has been, and ever shall be. Here's a mess. So this is part of my In Search of the Real America series, and I'm at Fort Harrisburg, Kentucky, which was built in 1776. It was the original settlement. Now, if you remember, this was the door to the west. So I'm kind of going around looking at how people lived in the frontier. Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, wow.
This represents 175 hours.
Oh my God. Can you tell me what you just said before? Because I'm making a video about America.
Okay.
How this was the first settlement.
Yes,
it all began here?
Sure. This Fort Herod, and the town of Herodstown, which is about 300 yards that way, are not only the first fort and the first town in Kentucky, they're the first fort and the first town west of the Allegheny Mountains, 250 miles out from any established town or anything. This was a frontier like no frontier before or after.
So it all began here, the Wild West.
This is yes, exactly. This is the genesis of the American westward movement. It all began right here at Fort Herod. And it's hard for people to wrap their heads around it because they come to Harrodsburg and they see the Walmart and they see the Kroger's and they go down the street and they see CVS and it's just a little Midwestern town.
Oh my gosh, there's a dog back in history. A dog with a pink leash.
The other forts, they like one here if they blow theirs, and then another one would hear if they blow theirs, so that it was a chain reaction. But everybody knew it was like a tornado warning sign.
This is how they lived.
We know what to do. Get to a safe place and they get food.
And tobacco was a huge crop. This is where they did fur trade, I guess. Hi. You're making baskets.
It doesn't work. Parts are missing. It's broken, but they made a low, deep sound. And when
this cabin, the home of Mark McGowan and his bride Betsy Dunn McGowan, depicts the average home of an American citizen of the Revolutionary War period. Betsy's cord cherry bed, its homespun mattress and feather tick, the trundle bed, and her kitchen utensils and glassware are all presented as they were used during this period. This is a good example of how life changed for the better after the wagon road opened up. The cherry bed has a matching sugar chest on display in the museum.
Yeah. School, where the youngins learned about, look at that, the North Star Polaris. They actually learned something. They probably learned more priceless things here than all the crap that they're being taught now in these huge schools.
School in Kentucky.
First school in Kentucky.
The school replica at Fort Herod looks as though Mrs. Jane Coombs, a Catholic from Maryland who taught at the first school, might appear any moment to ring her bell and summon the 4 children to their lessons. There they sat on crude puncheon seats, singing their capitals and multiplication tables, or doing their sums. Some of them learned to read from the New Testament, and others spent long, weary hours learning their ABCs from a primitive version of the old English horn book, made of clapboard in the shape of a paddle, with its handle whittled to fit the children's fingers. Some, no doubt, were bright and good, but an original dunce stool used by Master Godby bears evidence of some naughty pupils who would not study. This school has a dirt floor pounded hard and no chinking in the walls. The fireplace is larger than usual, extending along the east wall with an opening at the south end for sections of logs that are hauled in and fit over the andirons. The windows were of heavy paper greased with bear's fat. For horses, forging and shaping iron with an anvil and hammer. Today, our blacksmith makes an array of iron items as he gives instruction on the use of the tools.
How beautiful it is here.
The blacksmith shop. Close to the spring is the blacksmith shop. The blacksmith.
So this is it. 1777. This was the first fort for 260 miles around. If you were attacked by Indians, you were in trouble. All the settlers who came out here had to pile into the fort and fight, you know, alongside the soldiers and hope for reinforcements if they needed it. I guess we saw all that on, you know, I grew up watching Daniel Boone and stuff, being American, so this is what it was like living in the frontier. But I can tell you, I'm sure they had their hardships, but come on, it certainly feels peaceful out here in this simplicity and quiet harmony with nature and just living a very simple life. I'm craving that right now. I'm in search of that, and I think that is the cure for COVID. I'm not saying we go back to the future, so we can bring some clean technology with us to help us, and we can learn to do it from a spiritual base. But I just visited 2 beautiful examples of that, where we can take the seeds for the 5D timeline, extract the highest spiritual essence from them, from the Shaker community, a spiritual community, and from this fort, you know, of living self-sufficiently, you know, in a communal kind of setting. So that's my gift to you here, and my infinite human family. And if you like what you see, subscribe, and please join our Infinite Human family at www.infinitehuman.com and read my book, The Infinite Human. The last chapter is all about kind of what I'm doing now. Ciao for now.